Hello everybody, in this video I'll share with you why I think that Elden Ring will be Game of the Year in 2022 without a single shred of a doubt. Alright, let's start with art direction and level design. I play many open world games, but Elden Ring was by far the most interesting and most exciting map to explore. Suddenly, even open world games suddenly felt exciting. You have so many pathways that you can go, secret pathways, shortcuts. You can go up and down, but even then, not everything is what it seems. Sometimes you think, all right, this is a way to go, but eventually you find out another way that leads you to completely another place. It's like kind of a maze, but it doesn't look like it. It's so surprising. And eventually it just feels like, before you're watching Lord of the Rings, for example, you're into an amazing adventure. That's how Elden Ring feels like. Then when it comes to graphic fidelity, it was criticized before even the game was released, but it turned out to be that overall, the game just displayed its own unique visual identity. Whether it could look better, in quotation, yeah, technically, yeah, but somebody will complain about it now? Nobody will complain about it. One of the great things about Elden Ring is that it's wide appeal to a large audience, bringing the soul formula to a large group of players who before that actually haven't thought about even touching a soul game. And I was one of them. I'm a casual gamer. Elden Ring was something that was very triggering for me, but I thought many times whether to get it or not. And the thing is, there are ways to ease the difficulty, but it's embedded organically in the gameplay. You can spend more time leveling up, search for better items, and try to use your environment to your advantage. So this allowed players to, find a way to actually overcome some of the difficulties in the game, but things that are organically embedded rather than, again, as I said, having a slider just to reduce the difficulty, which doesn't exist in the game. And also there's New Game Plus that allows you to feel even more powerful compared to when you start playing the game. And of course you already have more experience as well. And the thing is that once you play more of the Elden Ring, you're already accustomed to what Souls game is about, and basically you can even jump to other Souls games and feel more comfortable playing that. And I think many players who were new to Souls game feel like that now. In other words, not just this game invites other players who previously wouldn't touch a Souls-like game, but also make them want to try other Souls games and fall in love with the genre itself and love the type of difficulty. I'm sure there are many players out there that will try other Souls game right now, maybe after, a little break that is. The other thing is regarding immersion and discovery and the sense of mystery in this game is just beyond anything I played before. The world is done so beautifully, and the music and the pace of the game and all the areas that you have to discover, so many hidden secrets. Some of them are just being discovered as we speak. The sense that you always have something to discover, and each area you have no idea what's lying behind the corner and you want to explore it. This sense of discovery is just unmatched compared to any other game that I played before. You know there are secrets, you know there are hidden paths, you know that, but you need to discover them. And exploring the map is just something outwardly in this game. Now, when it comes to combat, of course, there are many games out there that, emphasize on combat, where it's melee combat, shooters, etc. But Elden Ring was something different. There's so many unique things to actually tackle the combat. There's so many amazing and unique weapons to discover. Each one really plays different than the other. And let's not forget the boss fights, which are absolutely epic. This was criticized, by the way, with some bosses repeating themselves. But oh well, to be honest, when I played them, I didn't even think about it. But even that being said, there are amazing boss fights that will be so memorable for many years to come for many players. All of them were heart-popping and exciting and just a joy after you were able to finish them. Now, the other thing is replay value. When you have a game that you just don't want it to end, well, that's how it was. First, before I played it, I told myself I'm just going to do one playthrough when I start playing the game. After, of course, continue playing the game and just enjoying it so much, doing New Game Plus was like, of course, right now, straight away. And actually, I also did a new fresh runs because I wanted to start everything from the beginning with a different approach, a different class. So playing, for example, as a magician rather than a faith strength build with a sword, and which I played at the beginning. So I just went all in with just a sorcerer. Of course, everything is fluid in the game, but I just wanted, a fresh experience. And that just shows you how well the game is designed. The replay value is definitely there. Let's not, of course, forget that there are also options for co-op and also PvP. Aside from that, there's so many things to discover as well. Sometimes you miss things in the first playthrough, so you want to make another one to find all the other things that you might have missed. And because the game is so much fun, we really don't care. You just jump into another adventure. Now, when it comes to this new approach to open world game design, to leave it open for players, some players are not used to it because they just are used to accustomed to having those those marks, exclamation marks. You go and do A, B, C, D side quests. The game developer didn't want that. They want to leave it open, and they want to make sure that sometimes maybe down the road you're going to kind of find ways to finish it, but they didn't want you to feel like it's a job that you wake up in the morning, go into the game, and you need to know A, B, C, D. That's how it is. I don't like it in open world games. In this game, it's different. Now, when I played Elden Ring, I didn't put a timer. If you don't have time, you're kind of pressure yourself. I need to finish a game. You probably find ways to not to enjoy it because, well, you always kind of have a timer on your head. But if you take your time with this game, you're not rushing, you really want to give this game time, you're going to find out this method is much better. And you don't actually need to find anything. And if you do, probably maybe do it on the next run through. But if you don't want to do another run through and you are a completionist, you want everything in the first one, well, you're going to have a problem with this game probably, unless you're going to stay to wiki. But who wants to play this game always sticking to wiki? It's going to be a miserable experience. You're going to ruin your immersion totally. But I think wikis were actually very popular at the time of the game because there are many players who actually, that's how they're accustomed to actually play open world games and want to discover things. They don't want to miss things. And they saw Elden Ring, a game that you're just going to play once. So basically for them, that was probably a bad experience in that aspect. But for many others who actually thought differently and went with the design of the game, they discovered that the game has so many surprises, so many things to discover, a great replay value just because they missed some things, they can do it again, and so many areas that they missed that on the first playthrough they discover on the second, even third playthrough, and maybe right now, even as we speak, probably some areas are being discovered. And that's the beauty of the game. That's the beauty of the design of the game. And that's how I like it. But I can understand when some people might find it not fitting to their liking. But in terms of approach of open world design, I think it's genius what they've done with this game. Basically, the game felt very much open than any other open world games. Some games are open world, but you just have to, or sometimes restricted or maybe directed to go in very certain paths. And sometimes, the sense of exploration, mystery, and all of that just getting lost, and the immersion is just stopped because you need to do A, B, C, D, E, and you focus on that instead of just focusing on the grand scheme of the exploration in the game. Now, some may see it as an insult, but when somebody told me just get better, I actually saw it as a challenge, as a nice challenge, and this is actually what I did in my other playthroughs. And I actually had so much fun doing so, learning to become better in Elden Ring, seeing at the boss and look at them in the eyes and just like laughing at them. You can't do anything to me. It was in Malena, by the way, which I first did when I played my first playthrough with the Blasphemous Bed and Mimic. I finished her in the first try. I didn't even think she's actually hard. But only on my other playthroughs, when I play more, other classes and with different weapons, I saw actually what people are actually complaining about. But then I didn't want that. I want to stare her in the eyes and tell her, well, I don't even care. You can do anything to me. And now I can finish her every single time. It's kind of amazing. I mean, just thinking about how it was the first time when I played, for example, a sorcerer, and how it is now. And it didn't take long. Just practice, and then, and it felt very, very satisfying. Probably some areas more satisfying even when compared to my first playthrough. So this is another layer of excitement that the game has, that you can learn, become better, and you enjoy the game in many different ways. So Elden Ring does so many things right when it comes to the gameplay mechanics, the amazing visuals, the boss fight, the replay value, and of course the ability to appeal to a large audience with a game that actually, even for some, just look niche, a game that they probably never play. Suddenly there's a game that they enjoy playing in the same kind of, that falls under the same genre, and they just discover a whole new world of a gameplay experience. And that's how it was for me, and that's all of that. That's what makes Elden Ring such a compelling and one-of-a-kind gameplay experience. For me, Elden Ring will be the best game that I've ever played, by far. And I'm sure for many others, it will be such a memorable game. There's so many games out there that you finish and we don't remember. Elden Ring will forever remain in my memory. And yeah, and again, being memorable is one of the things that's a signal that shows you that this is what differentiates between a good game, a very good game, and something really, really great. So for me, no doubt that Elden Ring will take the Game of the Year for 2022, unless, well, I don't know, something weird happens. So tell me what your thoughts. Do you agree with me? You don't? Let me know in the comment section below what actually makes Elden Ring the best gameplay experience for you. I really want to hear, share it with others, and hopefully, yeah, this game will take the prize, the reward that it actually deserves. Very, very much well deserved. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.